right, thank you, everybody. Eddie, can you hear us okay online?
I hear you.
Okay. Thank you for attending tonight. It's the regular monthly meeting of the Clinton Inland Wetlands Commission, Thursday, December 2nd, 7 o'clock. Are you taking notes tonight?
I am.
Would you mind calling roll for tonight?
Sure. Scott Harley.
President.
Hey, Mr. Chairman, I don't think I'll be able to, I'm working, so let Mike Florio handle everything, okay?
Okay.
Okay, well, will allow me to vice chair then.
We'll
We'll
call first. Yeah.
Because I already got customers at the door and it was raining, now it's turning to snow, so.
You're tough to hear anyways.
I'm here, so I'll come back.
Okay, Eddie.
No idea.
Mike Florio.
Here.
Robert Corson.
Here.
Lawrence Edwards is absent. Chris Forda.
Here.
Tom Welch.
Here.
Mark Burnham.
Here.
Doug Elliott.
Here.
And Amy Hamler. Yeah, great.
So I need Steve
So last meeting Doug was seated, so it would be Amy Hamler's turn to be seated.
and because Eddie.
Okay.
So you guys are code members tonight. Okay. All right,
You want to?
I need to appoint a vice chair. Do you want to run? You'll have to run zero capital. Okay. Or is anyone else able to? Whoever wants to. Someone needs to run zero capital because I have to recuse myself because of conflict of interest.
Can't Mike do both? Can he just chair?
Ken?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay? Yeah. Yes. Okay. So I appoint to get me through it.
So I wanted to make an announcement before we start the meeting. Zero Cow Hill, I'm presuming that's why some of you are here. There's no application for development at this point. All that we're hearing is the delineation of the inland wetlands, which have to be delineated by a certified soil scientist. In Connecticut, there are 4 types of inland wetland soils. And so at this point, the only application in front of you for that property is just to verify the delineation of wetlands, which will then be adopted into the town official inland wetlands map. So I've had some calls in the office, people asking about development. That will come later. But at this point, that is not on the table. So I just wanted to let anybody know if they're concerned about a development or have comments, questions, that will be coming in another time. You're all welcome to stay, but I just wanted to make that announcement.
Nothing of real interest, but insurers had, hang on and actually.
Do we know what we're gonna get results of that?
Sir, I can tell you the results of the wetlands delineation did come in. And they're on our website, and I'm Kathy, I'm the zoning enforcement, wetlands enforcement officer. I'm happy to, if you call the office tomorrow, I can show you where to find that. So yes, we have the results.
Okay, we're not here at this meeting.
They will be discussed at this meeting, but again, it's just the inland wetland line verification to go on the town map. It is not to discuss any development, any buildings or structures.
Okay.
So I just wanted to let everyone know. Again, you're all welcome to stay, but if you thought that's what was gonna be discussed, I just want to let you know in advance.
So we have some housekeeping that we gotta do end of year 2025 items. So first, I need a motion to approve the minutes from the November 6th, 2025 regular meeting. Second. Mike seconds. Any discussion on the meeting minutes? All those voting in favor say aye.
Aye.
All abstaining.
Okay,
I can't hear anybody.
Item agenda number 3, chair's comments.
Are we leaving?
So if you're gonna stay, I do need to be quiet so that the recording online can pick up just our discussion. Thank you. So at this time, do we want to add under a new business?
yes.
Okay, so give me 1 second.
Do you have any comments on stuff? Oh, you wanna do those after?
After, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll need to, I'll entertain a motion to add to the agenda under new business. So later this evening, it's going to be C-25-76 for 81 Old Orchard Road. Assessors map 6, block 2, lot 7-110. It's in the R80 zone. It'll be a show cause hearing for Lee Buller, which is the property owner, for work conducted for a regulated activity within 100 feet of an inland wetlands or a water course without a wetlands permit. So can I have a motion to add that to the agenda? So Mike moves, do I have a second?
Second.
Chris, everybody?
Amy.
Amy, put your name in the minutes. Any discussion about adding that? We'll pick it up later, but. Just move it. Okay, all those voting in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed or abstain? Motion carries. So chair's comments, I don't really have too many comments. I apologize if I have to accuse myself again because of conflict of interest. Just, I think some might have missed it, but the town engineer is working with a sub-consultant, Michelle Ford, who's reviewing the applications for anything that we give to our town engineer to review, as well as the wetlands review. I'm also working with her in my work, so it's a perceived conflict of interest, and the town attorney asked me to recuse myself anytime she's working with. So, sorry if it's causing a little bit of a mix-up, but listening to our town attorney. So item agenda number 4, election of officers. We'll just need to appoint a new chair, vice chair, secretary. Anyone wants to do any position, all you have to do is nominate. I'll need a second for any other nomination. We'll do all the nominations together, and then we'll vote one by one, and whoever has majority, we'll put a seat.
And you all know Scott's chair right now, or these vice, and Mike is our secretary. Those are our current slate of officers.
So I need a motion to open.
You could just get it to take nomination.
Okay, so do I need to do that by motion,
I would say when we,
by vote?
yeah,
Okay, so I'll open the floor nominations for chair for 2026.
Make a motion for Scott Harley to be chair.
Second. Any discussion? Okay, I've added, anyone else add? Okay. I'll close nomination for chair. All right, so all those voting in favor of appointing me chair for 2026, say aye.
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 Those are abstaining.
yeah.
Okay, I'll open nominations for vice chair.
Like nominate Reno.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it. Second.
Second, okay. Do I have any other nominations, second nomination? Okay, make a motion to appoint Eddie as vice chair for 2026.
Aye.
I need
Someone make a motion.
okay, second,
I'll second.
any discussion? All those voting in favor say aye. Anyone oppose or abstain? Not vote.
Thank you.
You're welcome, everyone.
And then, I'll open up nominations for secretary. Six. Right,
Florio.
do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, any other nominations? Feel free, you can do it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to appoint Mike as secretary for 2026.
Motion.
Okay, and so you make the motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
That's all the can.
Okay.
All those voting in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed or abstain? Okay, thank you, everybody.
Stays the same. Good.
We gotta do item agenda number 5, review of our IWC bylaws. I don't think we need to make any changes to our bylaws. We last addressed it in 2022. We went through, found spelling mistakes. There was sections that were still talking about town first selectmen, so we made the change for town council. So I don't think any additions are made.
You wanna make a motion just to say that we've looked at them and, you know,
Sure.
We reviewed them. We reviewed them and approved them and approved them.
No changes. All right.
with no change.
I make the motion, we reviewed them and approved them.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those voting in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed or abstain? Motion carries. And then we need to review and approve the 2026 IWC budget. I'm not used to getting a budget.
So it's okay, I think we're giving them to all the commissions, you know, there's not really a lot of changes. You know, everyone always advises to keep the numbers best we can same. If Abby made any changes, it's usually just for our training, because we have to assume some of the trainings are gonna go up.
what is this budget? What is the budget?
I emailed it to everyone,
Yep.
you all had a chance to look at it.
It's pretty much the same, except for a few items, they're pretty small.
The DEP training is for you, but, you know, just in case, and then training is for me, for that, so.
Scott, do you want to see it?
I'm just curious because I didn't put eyes on that. Okay. Anyone have any questions or comments on our 2026 budget? Yeah, I'll make them, entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve the budget.
And seconds, any discussion? All right, all those voting in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed or abstained? Motion carries. All right, now we're at item agenda number 7, the public hearing, so I'm gonna recuse myself. You can open the public hearing. And Kathy can kind of walk you through.
So you're just gonna wanna read the legal notice into the record, which I have a copy of here, just in case. And here's your, in case you'd like to use it.
Eddie's not here, he's not gonna need to. Sorry.
On the legal notice for public hearing, the Township Inland Wetland Commission will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025 at 7 P.M. at the Rose Room with Williams and Andrews Memorial Town Hall, 54 East Main Street, Clinton, Connecticut, to consider the following. IWC 25-10 for 0 Cowgill Road application or amendments for the official town of Clinton Inland Wetlands and watercourse map application Tony Bolda, EE owner Michael Stanley, Richard Edward E. Paul, assessor map 32, block E, lot 2, zone R30. At said hearing, all persons will have the right to be heard in written communication received the application and accompanying that the correspondence are available on the town's website for public review for inspection stated at Clinton, Connecticut, this 7th day of November 2025. Scott Harley, Chairman from Clinton Inland Wetland Commission.
So you wanna make a motion to open the public hearing?
Open the public hearing.
Okay, and then what you'll wanna do first is ask the applicant to come up and speak, present his application.
How you doing? Stand up.
Yeah, state your name.
Joe Flippo. And we're buying a piece of property on Old 0 Powell Hill Road. And we had Stevenson Associates and the soil scientists went out there to mark the boundaries of the wetlands. And this sort of that. So we ended up moving, some went back and some went forward, so you know, we had established a new line. For all boundaries.
So subsequently, we had Michelle Ford, our town consulting certified soil scientist, go out into the field to verify the marking. And so I sent you all her report. And she just said that the delineation looked good. She just added a couple of inland wetlands flags to complete the delineation. So we want to ask the commission if they have questions, members of the public, if they'd like to speak in favor of, in opposition to, or just ask questions. And then if you'd like, I would prepare a draft motion.
Do you want to see the plan?
Well, sure. Who's who? That means I went to read it.
Joe, do you want to just speak up so everyone can hear?
Oh.
And the chairman asked how many acres in park it is.
One of them was it's only two, one person. Yeah, because the red was the original, was really 41. We should have 41 pounds on the road. Yeah.
Where's the highway?
So we're drive. So,
Yeah, Mark,
right, yeah, so we're coming from there, and then I was over through.
The property that goes in right next to the highway comes out.
Yeah, here's Cow Hill Road,
Right.
95 is, oh, right here, 95, let me see.
Oh, there it is, okay.
So all that's,
Right.
so this is all wet. This was the town line originally, but the wetlands are really, yeah, that's one.
If anyone else wants to see the map, it's on the screen.
No, it was all wetland.
So now the wetlands would be here and here and here.
We did.
Here.
Are you saying this is no longer wetlands?
Everyone,
This is-
we can't have private
Yeah.
conversations, during public hearings, so that you're welcome to ask questions, but what you need to do is sit down and, raise your hand, be recognized by the chair, because we have to have some order in the public hearing. I did put the map up on the screen as well.
It's over there.
Back here.
So it was almost, it's pretty much like an even swap because it was.
Joe, why don't you come on over to the screen and explain, and you can all sit down, we're gonna make this available to everyone, I just don't wanna have side conversations. We wanna make sure everybody can hear everything.
So. I'm not color different, so the original. This was the original, this light blue. See that? I'm not confused now, I'm saying.
We can't see the screen.
You're welcome to come up and look, if you want, to the screen.
Can I push that back? There we go.
If you can't, that. Right, but ma'am, if you're gonna speak that way, that's not appropriate. You know what, this is really.
How do you wanna do conversations then?
If you have questions.
I'm gonna
raise your
ask
hand.
everybody from the audience if they wanna speak. When you raise your hand, you stand up, state your name, and you can say what you want to say. So everybody's gonna have a turn. Or, no, okay.
Please be respectful of your questions and comments.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so. One is the key here, and I'll show you when on the screen. There's the one with openings is the old one, which are these light blue.
Right.
This with the dark blue is the new delineation. So it's moved slightly, and you can see, I can follow it here. So this line here is what was there. And the new one is the dark blue arrows, which go like this. And again, the way they're determined is with a soil scientist. Alluvial, floodplain, poorly drained, and very poorly drained are the four types of inland wetland soils in Connecticut. They have to be delineated by a certified soil scientist. So that's where that came from. They literally take an auger and they go out and they have to test the soils.
Are you done with your presentation?
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm gonna ask anybody from the audience to raise their hand, if they have any questions, one at a time, and I'll call on you as you raise your hand. Does anybody have any questions from the audience? Sir, what's your name?
Mike Sedlak, 39 Cow Hill Road.
Sir, can you just spell your name out for last?
Sedlak, Sedlack.
Thank you.
39 Cow Hill Road,
Thank you.
somewhere here. So with the new wetlands line, so the soil has changed?
Over time, wetland soils can move.
Okay, and then you made a comment about flags being moved after these flags were placed. So what were these two people putting the flags down?
So, the applicant hired a certified soil scientist to go out and delineate the soils, and then afterwards, our town consultant, certified soil scientist went out, and they were in agreement. It's just the line has moved. The blue one is the old one, which was from the delineation. I'm not sure, I can look at my report how many years ago it was a long time ago. So that's why it had to be redone.
Sure. Okay, and you said that the data for that is going to be available with the application?
So if, I can certainly explain to people, but if you go on our website, and you're welcome to call me or come into the office, I can explain to you how to get onto our website, and any of the attachments that were submitted are all open to the public, so you can view maps, you can view the reports, you can view any of the documents.
Okay.
They're all open to the public.
And so when something is delineated as wetlands, then that means what for
It
development?
means that anything within 100 feet of that, when you do regulated activity, needs wetlands permitting. So it has to come either before the board if it's 0 to 50 feet, or to me as the wetlands enforcement officer if it's 50 to 100 feet. And then I would, one of us, depending on what the project is, would have to get they'd have to get wetlands permitting and use, soil erosion controls and, depending upon the project, sometimes we'll also include our town engineer, for drainage and things like that, and stormwater runoff to make sure it's not going into the wetlands and those types of things.
So, okay, my statement is this area is, regardless of its wetlands or not, is very wet.
Okay,
Most of us have various septic issues and stuff like that, not far from here, farther away from this low point, which floods literally 2 feet of water and stuff like that. I don't know how far that water comes up on this map, but you see, we're already drawing on here, outside of the wetland zone is flood zone. I wanna know how we're doing. I saw percolation tests and stuff like that being done out there that I don't think has anything to do with these.
so
What?
as I stated after, and the applicant can certainly answer this better than I, there may be development coming, but this meeting is just strictly to
Right.
adopt the change in the wetlands line that was delineated. But certainly Joe can answer those questions for you.
Okay,
I just have what I have for an application in front of me now. So.
absolutely. Okay, that's my understanding. It's very wet there.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we hear that.
Anybody else that wants to speak? Raise your hand.
Nobody, okay.
Nobody?
Oh, I guess this seems like the obvious answer, but
Can you please?
Charlene Cozy, Koziy,
And I'm sorry, your first name?
Charlene.
Charlene, okay.
So obviously, we're all here because we live in this area. A lot of us live on Martin Drive, which is a little dead end street. And you can see the application on Cow Hill Road, by the underpass. But you can't answer any questions for us as to what, like, you're planning on doing and this.
Houses.
Oh, build houses. Okay, that's what we wanna know.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we're here.
Regular residential houses or
Yeah,
how many?
Well, we're gonna see how many we can get, so.
What are your expectations for how many?
like 20 or.
Oh, no, there'd be probably, well, with the septic, I could go up to 36 bedrooms with those, with the perk test, so we're deciding which way we're gonna go with that. So I don't have an answer for you yet.
And can we ask, are you planning on, the entrance will be on Cow Hill Road, are you planning on?
No, it would be Cow Hill Road is by itself, it can't connect, because wetlands go through it.
Yeah, and that would be
That
a
would be
good
separate.
topic for the next meeting,
Right.
when that application comes in, is that we'll discuss all of those things, but right now we have no plans.
Okay.
No application, so I wouldn't wanna prematurely comment, because as Joe said, we have to go through the process and see what's allowable, what's not, and there's a lot of different pieces and parts that need to go into that decision, so outside of wetlands.
What about city water? Would that be run up Martin Drive? Does that be the
I'd
closest
like to
point?
bring it in, yeah, I would like to do that.
So that is.
So what do you think, like three,
Well,
four
where's
houses
that
on
time?
Martin Drive and 3, 4 on?
No, so we're not gonna go into that yet, so.
What are your expectations for it? As many as possible.
Talking about the delineation of the wetlands, that's it. We're not talking about development.
Okay.
We're getting ahead of ourselves here,
So this is getting in preparation for,
but we're not there yet.
This is
The
just.
next
an
meeting or
application.
whenever you do it, then you can come and speak about that. Yeah, okay. Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome, Apple.
All right, perfect. Have a nice Christmas. Okay,
Sir?
Yeah, oh, sorry, procedural question about, Mike said that again, for these applications and stuff like that, how long did it take to process?
So are you talking about the inland wetlands delineation?
Yeah,
So
the topic of the meeting.
what happened was, the application came in. The commission received it at the last meeting. They scheduled it for public hearing. Tonight's the public hearing, and then tonight they can either keep the public hearing open or they can close it. And then they have time to deliberate and make a decision. Once the decision's made, it goes into the newspaper and there's a 15-day appeal period.
Okay.
And then what'll happen with this one is if the commission approves it, this will go onto the town official inland wetlands map as a change of inland wetland delineation. So it'll reflect what's been actually delineated on the ground. The wetlands map we have now, it doesn't mean a certified soil system has gone to every property. Some of it's based on topography, aerial photography, different things. So the only way to really know is to go out there and have a certified soil scientist. So these are verified. So this would be then going on to the official map.
Okay, great, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have another question. Just through the newspaper, like we won't get a letter, so.
So, the way the rule, the statute, we have to, when we have a public hearing, we have to publish it twice in the newspaper. We use the Harbor News, who publishes on Thursdays. And then, we, have, it's on our website and everything else. And then usually there's a sign.
Yeah.
There's no longer a requirement to mail to all butters. There used to be.
Sign at.
Well, this is not that, because this is a change to the map. So that's why typically, like, for example, say you live at 2 Main Street and you were doing something on your property that required a public hearing, there would be a sign at that property. But this is affecting the whole map, so it's different.
Anybody else? Close the public hearing then.
Does anyone else have any
Does anyone else
questions?
have any questions?
If we see that the inland wetland line, I'm assuming that's north, is moved north. If in the future he puts in homes and it still keeps going north, what is the recourse if that starts encroaching on the homes?
Well, I mean, I'm not a soil scientist, so I don't know how they move and how often they move, but I do know that typically as a policy, we like to have, if somebody's gonna do something, we like to have a map that's within 5 years. So for example, if Joe came in with a 20-year-old map, we'd say you gotta update it. But we only can, vote on what we have in front of us. It's like with flood and sea level rise, we can't predict, what that exactly will be and how old that property is. We can only act on what we have in front of us now. Unfortunately, there's more flooding. We're seeing very much more flooding, more sea level rise, not just on the coast, but in riverine as well. I'm sure, as these people said, they've seen it. River Road is another one that gets a lot of flooding. Meadow. There's a lot of different roads in town. We're seeing more water.
We're asking how it moved.
So does that mean the inland
Hold on, you gotta raise your hand.
also on
Time out.
Wetland Drive, like
Sir,
exhibit number
sir,
5?
sir.
Line moved back?
If you raise your hand, I'll just hold on. Can we just.
Sorry.
There you go. Hold on. Just one minute behind you. Raise your hand first. Can she go first?
Absolutely.
Okay, ma'am. Can you state your name?
Lina Wilder, Lina, Wilder like Wilder.
Thank you for spelling me.
So you mentioned, the potential for sea level rise, due to climate change. So before the meeting, I went to the archived NOAA website to look at, how that might affect this area. This area is one that may very well flood, and may very well be underwater in the future. I don't know if this falls within your purview, and it doesn't seem like the technical aspect of this wetlands definition really allows for this kind of thing. But how is that kind of prediction factored into this issue of where the wetlands fall?
So the flooding piece for flood zone, that falls under the planning and zoning commission. And so we have regulations specifically for flood. We've discussed the idea of going up. Right now, we do base flood elevation +1. We've talked about doing base flood elevation +2. That's been a recommendation from DEEP. But again, what we do is we can only build to now. So if someone were to come in, for example, and build a house in a flood zone, we can tell them what they need to do today to be flood compliant. But we can't say, well, we think this is gonna happen in 30 years. I mean, that is the prediction, but. We can't say you have to do, it's what we have today in front of us for the application, what the flood zone is today. And certainly we want builders to do best practices, and that's why we also have our town engineer review. These plans, because he'll look at things like stormwater runoff and drainage and things like that, so if he sees concerns about flooding and building, he can. Make sure that the plans are done in such a way as to, minimize that as much as possible.
May I make a comment?
Sure.
So, I've lived at 43 Cow Hill Road for, almost 20 years. And, like my neighbor, Mike Sedlak, I've noticed that this area is very, very wet. This year it has been drier because the weather has been drier. But there is a vernal pond that shows up every year. It's muddy. It's so muddy, in fact, that one of my yellow Crocs is still stuck in the mud back there. That's this one's fault. And my kids have observed a lot of different animal species in that area, including, what was the salamander? It was the northern spring salamander. So I would hope that would be taken into account wherever the line.
Absolutely, I mean, depending on the property, sometimes they have to do a national, NDDB, it's the National Diversity Database. On what wildlife, spotted certain types of salamanders, like the spotted salamander and the fairy shrimp, they're very common in vernal pools. The certified soil scientists should pick those up when they do their delineation, even though they're springtime. They're still a wetland, so that's why.
Anybody else? Yes, no more questions.
And as if anyone's interested, when the application does come in, you can also subscribe on our website to inland wetlands, agendas and minutes. And you can, also, just check and when something comes in, when it's a public hearing, you're welcome to speak. If it's a public meeting, you're welcome to attend. So.
I have two questions.
Sure.
I think these concerns are very, very serious, and I appreciate people bringing them forward. Was our soil scientist aware of these concerns and
Well,
issues?
her job for this application was solely to verify the delineation of the wetlands.
I understand.
Not development, not anything
I
that's completely separate. So in doing that, she said that she felt that the certified soil scientist who did the delineation did a good job. She just added a couple of flags. So she doesn't,
She was aware of vernal pool appearing and.
yeah, that's part of the wetland soils. You should be marking those as well. Yeah, because they're vernal springtime, but that doesn't mean if they're not wet, that they're not still certain.
So she was aware of these issues that have been brought forward.
Well, yes, in the sense that, for the soils, but in terms of flooding and things, that wouldn't be what she's looking for, because at this point, she's not reviewing a development. All she's strictly doing is saying, are these where the certified soils are? Is this line correct? That's it. That was her job,
Okay.
because that's all this application is for at this stage.
And if we approve the official map being amended, when exactly does this take effect?
It would take effect, I put it into my,
This is
proposed motion,
January 9th?
January 9th, because it has to go into the paper, and then there's 15-day appeal
Okay.
period, and so.
And that would be after our next meeting.
Yes. Yes, that would be, we gave it extra time to the holidays, it affects the publishing dates of the paper. And then if an application was to come forth, it would most likely come back here, and then you would review it as a development at that time. And then these types of questions would be asked, and hopefully we would have answers, because there would be more in-depth studies done before, as the application came in from town engineer, their engineer, and all that kind of stuff.
I and try to decide what to do, so.
Like I said, this has nothing to do with
I know. I know
any
it
structures,
doesn't.
just wetland land.
I know, but
So,
I'm hearing the concerns from our public and, they need to be taken serious, so.
Maybe that's a different meeting.
I know.
anyone else have any, do you have a question?
I'm Nick Wilder, work through Capitol Road. I have a question. What are you supposedly are you planning to like remove the wetlands or just edit them in some sort of way?
So the wetlands are a soil type, so it's just what's existing now. So all they're doing is the boundary that was there was it was old. So what they did is said, we need to come up with an updated one. And because the wetlands can move, they had their soil scientists go out and literally auger in the ground, delineate those wetlands. And then we had our soil scientists go out and make sure that they agreed. So if there had been a big disagreement, then we would have to rectify that. But she said in her report that she felt that the delineation was correct. She just added a couple more flags to complete the line. But she was in agreement that this was done correctly. So the lines on there are not about what our scientists thought and what their scientists, it's not a disagreement. It's just showing how the line has changed throughout the years and how it's moved.
But what other, I think, if I may expound on that, I think, they were asking. If you delineate the wetlands. Sometimes you can develop in them, sometimes you can't, so I guess that was.
Well, the thing is, with the regulations, anything with 100 feet is considered a regulated area and you have to have permitting. So they couldn't just build in there, they'd have to come back and have the wetlands permitting done. In order to, and that would be the first step, because they also need to have help. They need to have our town engineer review, planning and zoning, so there'd be multiple steps to do it, but inland wetlands is top of the list, and then we go from there, because planning and zoning can't vote without wetlands approval. So you would definitely have a say, and your approval would be an important piece.
And sometimes like if you're allowed to build in certain wetlands, you can mitigate it by putting a wetland somewhere else.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's best practices, to be honest with you, but, that's why we like to have the applicant's engineer and soil scientist, and then we have our town as well, because sometimes they have to have a meeting of the minds, because there could be disagreements when there's a development that comes in. We've had that in the past. I know a lot of you guys remember certain applications where their engineer says one thing, ours says another, and they need to work that out before the commission can agree. And then they also sometimes place conditions on the approvals.
Anybody else? Anybody have any questions? All right, I'd like to close the public hearing.
Second.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
All right, so the next item is to either it's eligible for decision if you want to vote. You want to just close the public hearing, you think about it, if you want to, it's up to you how you want to vote. If you choose, I have a draft motion, you're welcome to use, you don't have to, just leave it out there.
Yeah.
I think we should. Yeah. Hearing the application. Before the sign, I disagree, so it's not, it's not that there was a disagreement there.
Right.
So I think where. That would be the next. This thing. Seven. Two experts. He's gonna read it.
Everybody ready?
Yeah.
I move to approve application IWC 25-10 Bureau Outdoor applicant for inland wetland boundary amendment for inland wetland boundaries clear application plan for Cowgill Road and Martin Drive, prepared by Thomas Stevens and Associates for Jupiter Local Data 11/4/2025, for make the following findings. Findings. The application meets requirements under section 14 of Plant Inland Wetlands Regulations. Due to the public hearing was held on December 2nd, 2025. Inland Wetlands Regulation 14-6-3 or 14-6. Verification of the inland wetland boundaries was conducted by Town Council certified soil scientist Michelle Ford on November 17, 2025. For this approval is subject to condition constitutes the amendment of the official plan of banks and water course map of the town of Clinton. The amendment will become effective January 9th, 2025. Conditions. 1. The revised plan is showing 3 additional wetland flags, WA-1, WA-2, and WA-3, installed in the field by the town consulting scientist, soil scientist Michelle Ford on November 17, 2025. 2. Upon approval before any development plans are subject to a Mylar copy of the boundary changes signed by the chairman or vice chairman of the commission shall be filed on the Clinton Town Land Records and the applicant's expense. A copy will be received from the town clerk's office shall be provided at wetland enforcement office a PDF of the final map shall be emailed to the WDO. Can I get a motion to approve this? Right?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
I'll second it, Mike.
All right.
So now I will text Spot to let him know that we are out of this.
So it's approved.
Thank you guys.
All right.
Want me to move this TV back?
Yeah, please. Thank you.
We're not taking.
All right, that's fine. That's cool.
I don't know if I'm safe to walk out. Everybody walk out a different door.
All right, we should explain from the beginning.
Thank you.
That leaves us for me. She swear, you should swear me for no reason, I think. All right. You know what, me to go crazy.
Scott used to fun.
You're messing me.
Love swear.
Oh.
Glad I refused. All right, to item agenda number 9, correspondence.
I do not.
Okay. Item agenda number 10, old business. I think we have any old business? Nothing?
No, not that I have.
Okay, your WEO report.
It's been quiet, in terms of, applications. I do have, one that is cutting, property. I went out and gave them a cease and correct, but before I bring them before you, they happen to be bringing out a surveyor because they knew they were gonna get in trouble. So I want to be able to give you all that information, so that will be coming into their show cost. 70-80 line. So, they're gonna have the wetlands, they're having the wetlands delineated. The building official saw them do it, stopped, talked to the owner, let me know. I went out and did an inspection. Gave them that they can't do anything more, but they said after the building official went out there, they knew they were gonna need to have everything done, so when I went out to inspect, they actually had the surveyor out there. So once I get that, I'm gonna bring him for show cost, it'll probably be next week.
Okay.
Cause it was cutting, a lot of cutting.
So now we're on new business. So under new business, we had added show cause hearing for 81 Old Orchard Road. It's for work done within 100 feet of an inland wetlands or water course without a permit. Complaint number C-25-76.
Did everybody get a chance to look at my report?
Yeah.
So you don't need me to review it, but yeah. Okay, I sent photos as well.
Is the homeowner with tonight?
Yes.
So I guess, you don't mind speaking, I guess.
No,
your
I
name
don't mind-
for the
I don't mind
record,
speaking.
And, just, let us know what's going on and why are you here?
So I'm here, so I brought my neighbors from 79 Old Orchard, so back in 2022. They got this great idea to fix the erosion issue we have at the shared pond. It's shared between us, 79, 81, and 83 Old Orchard, has like a right access in the back. It's really overgrown and undeveloped, so, the Navarros don't, either, like, if they're gonna use the pond, they use my yard or whatever. So in 2022, you guys approved their plan. I thought it was a great idea. I filled it out. I immediately, as I was filling it out, I went in for knee surgery. While I was recovering from that, I ended up in the hospital with, a tick-borne illness that almost killed me. Kind of forgot about it. Life was going on. This spring, I got backhoe and I was like, man, the backhoe's fixed. I'm fixing the backhoe. Let's see if it'll do what I needed to do. Started screwing around. Kathy came out and we had a nice chat about what I was doing wrong, and immediately I put up a silt fence, because I had gotten some fill in, because in between 2022 and now, down at the pond, it had eroded. I had more than 3 occasions, my ride on lawnmower had gone into some sinkholes, at the edge of the pond where I was trying to maintain the property. So basically, all I'd like to do is obviously finish filling out the application, show you guys what I'm doing. It's no different than what Tony and Warren Bono over at 79 Old Orchard have already done. And their yard looks amazing, and it's kind of like what I would like, because it would make my life. It'll beautify the pond. It will help us keep it as nice as it is. Probably the first year in a long time that we've had the pond really nice. I did previously go to the DEP and I got a application for grass carp, and we stocked the pond with grass carp through the DEP. Which I think made a huge difference. I haven't seen it. I've been at the property since '89. My family was the first owners. I was fortunate to buy a home for my parents in 2009. And this is the nicest I've seen it since basically the property was new. So that's all. I have calculated out the acreage for the DEP map by square footage, by their division of. Using their math calculation, I have a map here where it shows the 283 feet of frontage, which isn't even all my frontage property on the pond. I have another 150 feet towards the Navarro's side, which I don't plan on doing anything with. It's extremely overgrown. It seems to be holding pretty well. But that's it. It's natural boulders from my property, moved around to the pond edge, backfilled where it's been eroding to prevent any more erosion, and plant grass. That's it.
So, it's a cease and correct order, so you would not need a permit if the part of the correction is what the commission orders you to do.
Okay.
My recommendation is, that I think there needs to be wetlands delineation done. I saw grading, I saw, a lot of tracks from heavy equipment, he just mentioned fill. So I think we need to know where the delineation was done, what the work was done, and then what's going to be done. That's my recommendation, and then according to the text, you guys as a commission have to determine whether the original order to cease and correct remains in effect, to make a revised order in effect, or to withdraw the order.
Okay, and your order was just the cease and desist.
Cease and correct, and he did. I asked him to set up some fence immediately when I saw the piles of dirt. He did that the same day. So like I said, I observed heavy equipment tracks going towards the pond, large piles of dirt. I attached photos. So the work was done definitely within 50 feet of wetlands or water course.
My house is almost 100 feet from the pond.
Yeah.
So really, I drive
Anything
anything in my backyard, my truck, anything that's within that 100-foot line.
And we don't have anything current on that wetlands operation, so.
How much, what do you have left to do? Like, she sent pictures.
So
Like,
I can show you.
your file.
So I can show you what I have. I don't have a problem with that. But what my neighbors have done is over here. they've added some boulders on my section. I was able to pretty much, I have a bunch of boulders left to put in. Along this line, I don't have really, there's one rock here that's,
Where are the boulders coming from?
all from the backyard. There's,
Yes, we did the same thing, sorry.
You know,
There are too many rocks on both of our properties, they're all coming from our property.
and some of them, like there was one right behind my house, I saw an episode of This Old House and I drilled it and you put these little wedges and split it, and I was able to split this massive rock that's been sitting right behind my deck since we moved in '89, and it's something that I can now move to, you know, my kids will have hopefully have a backyard and they'll move all these rocks.
So is the work just the rocks?
It's just the rocks and then it just needs a little bit of fill and it's all clean fill that I got, I ordered some from Schumann. It's all also, like, I don't have a huge budget, I'm retired, on a disability, so I don't really have a ton of money to throw at this, so it's, you know, fill can be anywhere from 300 to on out, for good stuff, I can't, but obviously can't put junk down there.
And this was your
So
original.
this
site
is the
plan?
original site plan, because that's what the neighbors use when they did theirs, so I felt that that was a good start. And I'm just doing, I'm not changing the contour of the pond or anything like that, I'm just adding. Boulders to the edge of the pond so that it'll stop eroding. Like I said, I had 3 instances where my ride on lawnmower got eaten by a sandpole.
Are you excavating to place the boulder?
No. It's,
You're just sliding it.
I'm just sliding into place and then they get back filled with some dirt.
And what if we did a field walk so that we could see it for ourselves before we make a determination whether he needs?
I think that's a good idea.
You'll love it.
Because there is a wetland line on there, it was done in '88. We'd be able to tell if it's substantially different than what it is currently there, I think we can be able to see it, right? Before we have them go ahead for a survey, then might have the exact same line.
So,
Yeah, if there's any kind of major expense, it's really gonna change.
because it's Christmas time, I know myself, my weekends are completely booked. Is there any way anybody can do a Thursday at like early, or I can meet people early in the morning, if they wanna meet before work, I get in at 8.
I'm pretty flexible, so.
On the certain day, if I can plan for it, I can be flexible. I can be flexible.
I don't know what's better for people to meet in the morning,
No, not in the morning.
or I can go out more than once too. but evening.
I'd have to leave work early anyways, because,
You're at work.
no, I would have to leave work
Yeah,
early.
yeah.
For any evening anyways, because 5 o'clock is too dark.
Yeah.
That's, we have to work from 6 in the morning.
I can do a morning.
Mornings are good, is that, are not for people able, I can meet you, Robert, another time. Yeah, after sunrise. Well, yeah.
Just if I could get a heads up when you're gonna ride, I have 2 big rescue dogs, I don't want anybody getting spooked.
8:30 in the morning or 9, I don't know.
No,
I think like 7, they're.
I get in 8, I can come in, look, take a seat there at 8.
Whatever, I want my, whatever, I don't care.
You can't see. them.
we can't, cause you have to go onto his property, so you'd need, I guess you'd need. You could go alone if the
Well, I'll go with Kathy.
permission of the property owner.
I'll make it. I need
I
five.
need the owner because
You
we
have
have
5
big dogs.
But
Yeah, so
Okay.
they are only, they.
They can't go by the pond.
They can't go by the pond.
They have a-
They have proximity collar, but I just don't want anybody getting spooked. I
They're
mean,
loud.
one, they're really loud, one's a 130-pound Great Dane, the other one's a 90-pound German Shepherd, both rescues.
Yeah, but if we wanna go on, because it's gonna be hard for me to go during the day, so if I arrange it with you. And he allows me, I can go out there and eat.
Yeah, you just wanna send me a quick email telling me you
Yeah.
went.
yeah, so she can let him know, so at least.
Right.
So is everyone else okay with morning except for Robert, or no, cause I wanna be accommodating to everyone.
Well, you're retired, so you're there.
Yeah, I can make my schedule, whatever, I work at the town docks in the summer and I work at the shop in Westbrook. Both of those jobs are done for the year, so it's.
Just
I-
dropping the kids off.
Yeah, I'm just,
Eight to
you
eight in the
know,
morning.
I'm
So I can do,
Yeah.
the morning of the 9th, which is a Tuesday,
The ninth of what?
December.
Okay.
Or I can do the 16th in the morning, those are Tuesdays, if those work for everyone. If not, we can,
The 16th. Oh, yeah, all right.
or the
I can do
9th,
16th.
the 16th, does that work for everyone?
Is that a Thursday?
It's a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday morning at,
Is 8:30 okay?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
8:30, does that date work as the
could
16th?
you make it 8:40?
Yeah, of
Get
course.
my.
How about we say 8:45?
That's fine.
So
I'll be- I can do
8:45 on Tuesday, December 16th.
So
And for some reason,
anyone can't make that, coordinate with Kathy.
Yeah, let me know.
She could do a secondary trip, or tertiary trip if necessary.
Yeah, maybe,
Can you say what the address was again? Yes, it's 81 Old Orchard Road, it's OLDP, put it into your GPS. And Tuesday, 8:45, December 16th. I saw it, I heard 81, but. Oh, OLDE. OLDE, okay, Orchard. Okay. So we'll plan to meet there. Do we have permission to, if we need to, can some of us park in your driveway?
Yeah.
Okay, cause that's kind of a busy.
when
bunch of
I
cars.
set up a day, I can go with them,
Sure.
instead of calling back and forth. You around Saturday at all? Yeah, around noonish? Yeah.
This Saturday?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna be easier for me.
Okay.
Santa's got a busy, couple weekends.
So if you go, separate from us, he needs the meeting minutes, right?
Yeah, you just need to send me something that you're out there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And then, and then,
And I'll just send the file, so. there you go.
okay, so I don't need to do site visit by motion, or do I?
No.
Okay,
I'll put-
so at this time, there's no action, we will need a motion to what?
Do you wanna quote,
Uh,
why don't we hold continued, because then you can make the decision as to whether you wanna withdraw, revise, or keep it in effect, so why don't we
Right,
decide on
okay.
first, and then just kind of keep it as it is, and then the next meeting you can make a decision on that. And if you go with a correct order, then you can just tell him what you'd like him to do, and then we can close.
Okay. All right, I think we're good for tonight, so we'll meet on the 16th at
Saturday with him.
8:45 and then Saturday with him. And then, take up the application at our next monthly meeting, so it'll be the first Tuesday in.
It is January 6th, I believe, let me look,
Yep, January 2nd.
6, 7.
Right here. All right, thank you.
You know, just very short. Very Make a motion. Can you?
So can I have a motion to continue Old Orchard? Saturday,
Second.
All those voting in favor say aye.
Aye.
You will oppose or abstain? Okay, motion carries. That was, I don't have any other new business, so with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? Second, all those voting in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. All right,
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
This one, this one.
One second.
You stop recording?